The January transfer window has barely creaked open, but Rangers have already wasted no time getting their business underway. With the focus firmly on reshaping key areas behind the scenes as well as on the pitch, the Ibrox hierarchy have moved decisively to finalise their first piece of work of the window. It sets an early tone for what could be a pivotal month for the club, as plans begin to take shape and attention turns to how this initial move could influence what comes next. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers head coach Danny Röhl has provided an update on contract discussions with central defender John Souttar following Tuesday night's 2-1 victory over St Mirren. The match marked Souttar's first start for the club since early November, with the 29-year-old returning to the heart of the defence and completing the majority of the contest before being withdrawn with 10 minutes remaining. His appearance came amid ongoing uncertainty over his future, with his current deal at Ibrox set to expire at the end of the season. Speaking after the win, Röhl explained that Souttar's substitution was a precautionary measure, stressing the need to manage his fitness carefully after a lengthy spell out. "John did well," Röhl said. "It was not easy to take him off, but again I have to protect him from a new injury. It's never easy, but I think he showed good quality in the build-up and was also very strong against the ball." Röhl also confirmed that discussions over a new contract are continuing, suggesting there is optimism from the club side as talks progress. "We are in talks," he added. "We are clear about what we want to do with him, and now we will see in which direction it goes. But I am very positive and hopefully more players will be back for the next game." Rangers are back in action on Saturday with a trip to face Celtic. Wilfried Nancy's side go into the fixture on the back of a 2-0 defeat to Motherwell at Fir Park on Tuesday. Now, Rangers have completed their first piece of business as the January window opens by appointing David French as the club's new chief commercial officer, marking a significant off-field move at Ibrox. French arrives following his departure from the Aviva Stadium, where he had announced earlier this year that he intended to step down as chief executive. He will now take charge of Rangers' commercial operations and is expected to begin work immediately, filling a role that has been vacant since the end of last season after Sean Jefferson's interim spell came to an end. RFC News understands Chairman Andrew Kavanagh and Vice Chairman Parag Maratha have finalised the recruitment process in recent weeks, as they continue to play an active role in reshaping the club's executive structure. French was appointed CEO of the Aviva Stadium in November 2023 after a period working with Transport for Greater Manchester, and he leaves Dublin having overseen a period of growth and high-profile events at the venue. Speaking on his decision to move on, French said, "It has been a privilege to lead the Aviva Stadium and work alongside the outstanding team here, as well as at the IRFU and FAI. I am proud of what we have achieved together over the past 2 years, from hosting unforgettable sporting occasions and major concerts to helping ensure that the Aviva Stadium remains a world-class venue at the heart of Irish life. I want to thank the board, my colleagues and our partners for their support, and I look forward to seeing the Aviva Stadium continue to thrive in the years ahead." French brings extensive experience in the commercial maximization of major venues. He previously served as general manager of the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Shanghai, spent 4 years as director of venue at Old Trafford, and also worked for Nokia in Helsinki. That background is understood to have been a key factor in his appointment, particularly with Rangers exploring long-term plans around Ibrox. RFC News reported earlier this month that the club had launched a feasibility study into potential stadium expansion and improvements to the matchday experience, areas that align closely with French's expertise. As Chief Commercial Officer, he will oversee ticketing, sponsorship, retail and hospitality as part of the club's wider commercial strategy. French's appointment represents the first confirmed off-field change since the departures of former Chief Executive Patrick Stewart and Sporting Director Kevin Thelwell last month. While Rangers had previously agreed a deal for Jonathan Hunter-Barrett to join as head of academy, that move was reversed following Thelwell's exit, making French's arrival the opening step in the club's next phase of restructuring. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, Billy Dodds predicts another summer of change at Rangers, and there are only 3 or 4 players he would keep for next season. The former Ibrox striker worked up close with many of the current squad during his spell as a coach under interim boss Barry Ferguson last season. Their fortunes didn't improve under summer appointment Russell Martin, who has since come and gone, but replacement Danny Rolmau has them potentially back in a title race. Nevertheless, it is expected they will do business in the next 2 transfer windows as Roll gets the chance to mould the squad within his vision. Dodds foresees that being minimal in January before a more active window in the summer. And, looking ahead to that, there aren't many from the current squad he would keep around, initially identifying 3. Speaking on the Go Radio football show, he said, "I think he'd be happy with Butland. Although he made the mistake against Hearts the other week, I think he's pretty consistent. I think he'd be happy, but I don't know if he will stay, with Raskin as well. I think there's a couple of midfielders in there that I like. I like Connor Barron. I think he's progressing as a player. He was a big player for us when we were in there. The midfield is the strongest. Strikers have to be better wingers. There's probably 2 or 3 positions, maybe 4, that he would say, I'm quite happy with that, but I've got a whole lot of building to do." And he's not going to get that in this window, as we say. But if he adds maybe a couple, 2 or 3 bits of business, and then waits to the summer, I think there'll be huge change at Rangers again. But again, we've heard that for season after season. This time they're going to have to nail it pretty quickly in the summer and get most of them right. Defender John Souttar is out of contract in the summer and could sign a new deal, and Dodds went on to admit he was another who may be worth keeping, along with possibly Mohamed Diomande. He added, "They're trying to get him to do a deal, but he's one centre-half, you're going to need others, so that's what I was going through quickly in my head. And then you get to midfield and I can throw in Diomande, and he's a good player, but he's not playing as well as what he can. He could be better. If you get him back to playing, then you don't have to change that position." But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.